Hello everyone, welcome back to APU Live Seminar section. It's me again. For those first time joining us, my name is Chong from Asia Pacific University of Technology and Innovation APU. I'm your host for today. Today live seminar talks covering various topics of postgrad, which includes AI, data science, and MBA. If you have missed our 11 a.m. section, always feel free to watch replay at our Facebook page or YouTube channel. I would like to invite you to join our APU Open Day today from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our counselors are ready to assist you further. For more information and updates, please visit our website at www.apu.edu.my and follow our Facebook page. Without further, let us explore the postmaster opportunity in data science. Welcome Ms. Hemalata. She will give you the sharing section. Hi, Ms. Hema. How are you?
Hi, hello. I'm great. I shall share my screen.
Ms. Hema, you can start the sharing section.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Is it visible?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Chong. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. And thanks for joining us online today on Postmaster's Opportunity in Data Science. I hope to actually give some reviews or some sharing of information that APU do well in this term of putting our graduate at the well-placed industry and the best opportunities that you can find in this field. Right, I'm Himalata. I would like to share with you some of my experiences on how we manage our postmaster's students and putting them in place to or getting them ready in this field of data science. All right. Okay. We can't deny that today everyone is speaking about data science, AI, and IoTs. It's all about IR 4.0, and with the current world situation, the global situation, IT has been in the forefront in every single field. So alongside data science has been there since 20th century to moving towards 21st century, and we are still sustaining, and we are the world's need today. Data science is shaping every future of every job, every field of study, every domain. And when we look into the professionals, every single professionals also needs data science within it. So if you look at those articles that came up recently, or some to actually, I picked up a few to actually validate what we are trying to establish here. For 4 years in a row, data science has been named as #1 job in US by Glassdoor. It's not only US, it's around globe, all right? And demand for data science skill is about 27.9% rise in employment until it's anticipated it's going to grow till 2026. Okay, so, and also Andrew White Gardner, okay, the VP of Analyst, he has been actually very active in mentioning that, well, everyone establish yourself in data science. Well, he mentioned 2020 was a pivotal year where everyone went into data analytics, and it is no more a hype. It is there to stay for a very long time. Okay, so every single industry is leaping into data analytics within their business to establish themselves and sustain themselves with these current challenges that's going on. Okay, right. And then we do have articles by Oracle AI. They actually did an analysis, and they actually identified that most small organizations prefer to hire master's degree holders to be in the role of data analysts or data scientists. And also the big firms also preferred bachelor's or master's combination to be hired at their organization. These studies actually reveal that it is essential, it is preferred in the industry to hire a master's degree data science graduate rather than any professional certification. I'm not trying to put down anything, but that is the truth. That is the preference of the industry. They would like to get holistic or molded candidates in this field so that they would sustain and pick up the industrial need better, right? And we all know KD Nuggets. They are very profound forum in coming to data science topic. They said 88% have at least master's degree, and they have very strong background in data science compared to any other field. So here, if you are listening to this particular session, I think you're on the right track to have the interest to pursue yourself into the postgraduate studies in data science. All right, you might have a lot of, doubts, and realistically, you want to know if you are going to graduate in Masters of Data Analytics, Data Science, what would be the job that you can get post your master's achievement? Are you going to stay in one particular field, or is the leverage of data science all-rounded? Can I find a job in any particular field? What is the take of APU? Well, being in this field for a very long time, we have experienced that data science is not just IT, it is there for various fields. Every job needs analytical experts. So when we speak about the current situation, there's a need for real-time analytics in various fields, name it logistic, traffic control management, and obviously financial analytics, optimization of portfolio trading, all right? We need real-time analytics in these fields. If they're going to just tap on IT graduates and then make them understand how to work on data science or analyze data, it might be a little bit of a challenge for the industry. So these real-time analytics need fast thinkers, and usually they seek master's degree holders who they presume to have a better maturity in this field, and you hold a better knowledge in the domain itself. And moving on to the business perspective, we have some fields like human resource and also marketing, which also takes up the needs of data science in their job, right? Like for example, human resource, talent acquisition today is a big challenge. There's so much of employee turnover with the current generation. They are not loyal to one job. That is something the industry is facing. But then let's not blame any generation, but rather the impulse and the need of a particular individual seeking for challenges and satisfaction in the job. So how do we actually analyze these characteristics or these talents and tap them and scrutinize their CV and pick the best among the applications? Well, human may make error, but systems or decision support systems, which has analytical solutions, okay, they tend to have better accuracy in selection of these candidates, right? So human resource is definitely tapping into analytics for betterment of a particular business reduce costs in managing the employees, and targeting the right investment on a particular personnel, right? Okay, and then we have the marketing perspective. A lot of retail outlets today are emerging and into the online e-commerce, and all these portals are developed all of a sudden. Everyone is mushrooming. Fine, but how to be competitive in this industry? You need to identify your strength, be innovative in this field, be aware of what is the probable risk, be considerate before you take decisions. But all this as a single human or a startup might be challenging. It would be essential to have analytical solutions that may help in this decision making. And please do understand that business is the core financial booster, okay, that makes how economically healthy, and that needs a lot of good decisions to be made. We would like this new businesses that is emerging today to make good decision and grow further rather than just, submerged in the race of the current challenges, right? So analytics has been there in these fields, and we do notice that there is even more and more needs for analytics in identifying future customers or customer behavior to create loyalty and keep them so for a betterment of their business plus improvement and satisfaction for the customer, right? And we do have this healthcare ingression, which has also adopted technology. And it's surprising that once in like 20 years back, if we meet a doctor, they might just, or doctor or someone in a medical practice, they are not so user-friendly with computers. That is the last thing they would like to touch. But today, analytical solution, machine learning solutions have actually embarked in the field of health industry and have proven that they are able to actually assist doctors in prioritizing decision making and also identifying the best decisions to be made. And it has proven to be very much important in studies of diagnostics and also treatments, personalized treatments. And we also are being driven with all these IoT devices like the smart watches and all the other wearable devices that have been collecting a lot of health data, and that supports in the field of medical. So no doctors today say no to IT. No doctors say data science is not helping them. It is there to help them to win the race and help the humankind. Moving further, no doubt on cybersecurity. When this pandemic came, everyone went digital. That was been utmost challenge to the government. All the digital data has been tapped. Lack of security in the cyberspace has actually leaked out tremendous data sets, right? So anomaly detection is something that we do in data. I mean, cybersecurity, SQL injection, the threats that you may have, people stealing data. Data is the most expensive asset in today's world. So cybersecurity, graduates in cyber, they should have data analytic knowledge. They should tap into this because that would be able to mitigate any cyber attacks. And you can plan the security risk, right? So moving further a little bit, we do look into other fields like airport management, not really airlines, but airport itself. Malaysian airport to mention, they have embarked into analytics in 2018. They have actually ventured into automation techniques for customer management, or to be more precise, the passenger management, and their stay in the airport to make the passenger feel good and have an excellent transition in the airport, and also come back to Malaysia for that outcome, right? So that is how airports have embarked. So if you really look into the fields that I'm talking here, they are pretty much wide range, and people who are working or producing the analytical solutions here are not only IT personnel, it is beyond that, all right? And pharmaceutical industry, well, that is an industry that makes money all the time, okay? Even this pandemic, no pandemic, they're excellent in business. Well, they have used analytics successfully, especially in treatment and testing, okay, because predictive analytics actually gives a better training model on what could be the side effects of a particular medicine, or also looking into discovery of new medicines for a particular disease, right? Agriculture, it is, we always speak about agriculture and must maintain a sustainable industry, and we should have that forever to actually feed the humankind. Well, during MCO, everyone picked up home gardening, even urban gardening. That became a new norm. That was something very healthy to go along, right? So, in a busy schedule, how did we actually start our own home gardening, coming up, growing vegetables without pesticides and all that? Well, a lot of us would have used some websites, some chatbots, okay, some apps that actually suggest on how do you take care of that particular plant and things like that. Well, there's a technology behind it. If you have apps that also supports on water irrigation, some of us actually did that, and automated water fertilizing, watering the plant, and so forth. Well, all that has machine learning. Okay, so let's be the tech savvy farmers of today and at least grow vegetation for our own family. But let's put that aside. But if you're into the field of agriculture, analytics is something very essential in today's world, right? We have to feed a lot of people. We have to make sure the crops actually give a good how to say yield at a particular season. We should be able to predict based on the monsoon seasons and all these side effects that we may have due to pests that grows on seasonal time and bacteria and all this. So basically analytics gives all this data, and the farmers or the people who are in agriculture have a better vision on how to plan their products, right? Engineering, a very substantial field. It will be there for a very long, long time. It's going to be there as long as the world exists. Okay, very basic, very fundamental, and very respectable field of study. A lot of engineers wished today at least, wished that they can actually have more production output without QA issues, and more quality production with less people, and the machine doesn't collapse. So yes, that's the need of the business, the manufacturing industry. Well, how do we actually work on improvising these? You can embark into preventive maintenance through data analytics. You can assure your quality through precision engineering using machine learning. You can go for anomaly detection to actually ensure your process, all right, the process is well planned, or you can work on process improvisation or optimization. I guess process engineers would understand what does this. Well, the brain behind all this is data science. And not forgetting something fun, fashion industry. Analytics is also there in fashion industry. Okay, we can work on seasonal fluctuation, manage seasonal trends against the need of personalities. All right, we do see a different trend in certain region or certain culture and against the weather and the seasons of the country, festives. So we actually can predict the trends to come by embarking into analytics. These are some of the fields that we have discussed today, but is that all? No, it's huge. Every single field will need data analytics and it's there to stay. Well, moving on, yes, I've mentioned all these fields. What are the job? What would I work in this field as? Am I just a executive? Not really. We have found some good positions in this industry. To name one is the data scientist. It's a wow word of today. One of, as mentioned by someone, data science sexiest job of 21st century. Yes, many of us in data science, we feel sexy now. Okay, right. Anyway, data scientists, the personnel or the profession seeks a lot of technical expertise. You should be graduating with advanced statistical knowledge in data mining, distributed computing, and very good in database, okay, digital data. You basically understand the language of data and be able to analyze the data and find some insights. Excellent storyteller, be able to eat and sleep with the data and understand the data thoroughly, right? And this person would be able to, demonstrate their curiosity very well, because curiosity is something that will embark you to find new insights, new patterns, new delivery. Good listener, self-motivated, and be an excellent team leader. Why I said a good listener? A data scientist may not be the domain expert. He or she might be an IT graduate who has all these programming technical skill and what's not, right? But working into the field of healthcare, no, I have not. But if you tell me how it is, it would be beneficial, right? So data scientists usually are very good listeners. They pick up the story. They have to embark the story within themselves, understand the data, visualize what is the problem that the industry is facing, and be able to diagnose and suggest what could be the solution or the scope of analytics within this problem. So usually data scientists are people with experience, okay? Big companies, they have one or two data scientists, that's it. They are at a high position, higher than normal operational executives. They actually do a lot of consultations, okay, consultancy, rather than sitting and programming it. At fingertip, they will know what would be the best model for this kind of solution. All right. So, am I disheartening you after masters? I can't be a data scientist. No such thing. We do have data scientists for junior positions as well for beginners, and small companies. They actually don't have much role or a big division or department for data science. So they will hire those people who are working on data analytics. They will name them data scientists as well. All right. Okay. So that's about data scientists. Well, I'm not that good technically, but somewhat there. I hate programming, but I'm kind of good with data. Well, you could be a data engineer then. All right. Data engineers basically they are excellent data architect. They work with data storage, keeping them safe, keeping them integrated, and they are the people who listens to the problem and be able to identify the data that is necessary for the data warehouse for that particular project. Okay, they will be in charge of development of the data warehouse, integrating all the variety of data that you may get. If you need social media data, they have to capture it. You need unstructured data from various sources, log files, XML format, name it, any form of data. These guys are experts in creating and consolidating them for your data analytics project. They are highly respected. They are the most trusted role in the agenda. Why? Because they own the data. I mean, not own, they're responsible of the data. They are the guys who have all the access to its data. Excellent quality personality. They must always maintain quality data up to date with technological development. Why? Because you have to be in par with picking up all the sources, integrating them and putting them ready for analytics, right? If you are good in this, well, you do have a great job, a great future with very highly paid outcome. Actually, basically they are very highly paid data engineers, right? Okay, we are slowly moving from very technical to not so technical. But if you look at data analysts, the role of data analysts here, they are on the medium level, the medium cost, who actually, it depends on the company, the organization. Some data analysts role, they basically do everything and they expect you to be as good as data scientists, be able to explore all types of model and find the best model and so on. Usually data scientist does that, a lot of research work. But a core role or a fundamental role of a data analyst are basically on developing and building model to support the company's need. Basically, they plan and explain what are the data that they need to the data engineer. The data engineer will provide them the data warehouse, all right? They are responsible to find the key business performance, basic risk compliance data, and then doing a lot of data cleaning, data pre-processing and all that. By end of the day, these guys have all the knowledge about the company because they are the one always playing around with the data and they have everything on their fingertip, all right? They need to know programming. Yes, you have to be technically savvy as well, but not at extreme level. You have to know fundamentals of machine learning and visualization. Basically, these guys do a lot of visualization to present the outcome of the data, able to do storytelling, okay? If you have a visualization, you have to explain what is that, right? You can't just show a graph and just keep quiet. It's not self-explanatory. Because you build the graph, you have to tell stories. So they are personalities that are trained to actually work with the data, present, visualize it, tell story about the data, and they work on reports, analytical reports at ad hoc basis, right? So we have the data scientist, we have the data engineer, we have the data analyst. Now we have the non-technical perspective of jobs in data science, a business analyst. They basically work at a conceptual level, not really on implementation. They don't have much knowledge on technical skill, programming skill, no. The most they use might be some platforms, okay, that also because they need to do presentation and they may need to understand how to operate it, all right? Otherwise, they don't really sit and do the braining session into development, no. They are the presenter. They are basically the best people to communicate with the stakeholders and also present whatever the data analysts or the data scientists have developed straight to the point with the problem and the solution, and interpret the solution in a business perspective way. So that they are the MediaCom who actually interpret the IT world's outcome into a business perspective, right? So excellent job, because they communicate with high level and they are the people who basically interpret what the backbenchers have done, right? And then we do have the business intelligence or BI analysts. They are excellent reporting agents. They build excellent dashboards. They're very good using BI, business intelligence reportings. They basically develop all the reports on daily basis and things like that. I do have encountered a student, engineering background, who now was working as a process engineer, process improvement department. I'm sorry, I didn't get that term right. So he's a process engineer, right? And he today uses a lot of reports to show the output, the forecasting for next day, for the Q1, and on a timely forecast reports, and also predictive models that would give some good sense of responsibility, and also they're able to actually plan ahead, okay, on maintaining the production very well. Okay, so that was a good example of how a BI analyst actually perform their job. They need to be very balanced between IT, the usage of IT, and the business. Business in this context is the job that they're doing. Okay, they need to be a mixture of analytical skill, a little bit of a technical skill, right? Only then they're able to build good reporting and possess a good outcome. Okay, so these are some of the roles or positions that you may find in this different field that I have mentioned. Nevertheless, we don't have strict naming conventions for all the positions in data science. It may vary depending on the, the industry or the type of business. Are they very established, big companies, small companies? It differs, right? Okay, moving further, when we talk about job, definitely we look into where are the opportunities we should tap. Looking at these labels, I think most of you do know them very well. They are big brands in Malaysia, at least, right? And internationally, definitely they are big brands as well. So now, are they the only ones who's hiring data science field? No. These are the top 10 or top 8, okay, that was listed by Malaysian MTech, all right? They mentioned them as top hirers of data science. There are a lot more, hundreds of 327 when I checked the list. Companies hiring data science personnels. Okay, small medium enterprises don't hire at big volume. Okay, one or two personnels in the company. Otherwise, big companies, they have separate department for data science. Shopee, to mention, okay, they are retailers, online retailers. Food Panda, online food delivery, and also a little bit of retailing. Property Guru, who's working on property sales. Maxis Telco. EY Ernest Young, accounting, finance, okay. And then DHL Freight, e-wallet service. Airline FusionX on IT consultancy and technological, expert system, AI, machine learning system deliverables. Yes, guys. RHP, banking. So these are some fields that you should look at rather than just name of the company. These are different fields that is hiring data scientists. So it is true that data science is just not for IT or just not at one domain. It is spread across in all, and they need you to be there as a data scientist to improve their business in the way how you work with their data. All right. So let's embark into this. Moving on, just to give you some idea why you should do a postgraduate in data science. How would it help? Well, I have two people here, Dr. Lawrence Richer and DJ Patil. So, are they the only successful people in data science? No, not at all. But just picked two, just to give you a essence that Dr. Lawrence is a successful pediatric neurologist. Okay, he's a doctor and he has been very successful in what he does. He studies child stroke in child, right? Children, very rare, but he specializes in that. But basically, he didn't stop there. He actually picked up data science. He learned it, and today he's using machine learning, applications, all right, models to assist him in diagnosing and giving treatment, personalized treatment to special cases in neurology. So that is him, right? If a doctor who is so successful in his field can do it, why can't we? That goes same with Patil. DJ Patil is a computer scientist. He's a computing graduate, and he was the one who wrote that data science is the sexiest job of 21st century. The tagline states, okay? He made us all feel proud. And he was appointed as chief data scientist at White House. Okay, why? Because of his expertise in leveraging data analytics in the field that he was good at. Okay, so just with two people, I would like to end the session to tell you that data science is everywhere. Please take it up and take it up as your next journey of life. If they can succeed, so can you, right? If you have any further questions, please do share your questions and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. I pass it back to you, John.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Miss Hemalata, for your sharing. So now is our Q&A section. So everyone, please feel free to drop your question at our comments area. So Miss Hema, actually, I have my own question. I would like to ask: data science or AI, which career has the highest demand?
highest demand. All right. Before we actually separate them, let's understand the back end or the back picture, the bigger picture of it. Artificial intelligence, yes, it's a big word. And then machine learning. Okay, what I was trying to say is machine learning. The ability of the machine to learn by himself and make decision. So that is the fundamental or the common, how to say, knowledge between AI and the domain of data mining and data analytics. So if you ask which one is more famous or most wanted as of now, well, a data graduate also works as an AI expert or a graduate also works as a data scientist. Okay, why? Because both these graduates, they have fundamentals of machine learning and they're able to leverage in the field that they're working at. So it just depends on how they do it, right? Machine learning with how to say rule base and all that, rather than training model, then that's not data mining. That's more of a expert system. If you have a model to train which is based on data, then that falls under data mining. And that is why the difference on how to identify which are data mining machine learning and which is AI machine learning, well, they all come under one roof. It's just minor difference. That's it. All right. Jobs are essential. Both jobs are in demand today. Right.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Miss Hema, for the explanation. Yeah, so we have few questions from the audience. So there's one question from Chengman Top. Okay, so the question is, what is the difference between a data scientist and a business intelligence analysis? So if I'm interested in crunching data, but I'm not a technical person, so how should I go about it?
All right. Thank you for that question. Okay, when we speak about BI analyst, business intelligence, basically that word business intelligence started from BI reports. How we used to do reports in a complex manner, we have this statistical outcomes, all right, histograms, and we have some curves, regression models, this and that. Statisticians are very good at that. So when people actually looked into those reports and they said, we would like to merge a little bit more details in these reports, give it to a 3 dimension or a little bit more attributes to tag along to say if X and Y happens, what is the correlation with Z or something like that. So they started putting all this in work, and they said, okay, let's call that business intelligence reports that supports decision making. But who did this? Are those people who created this technically those programmers? No, not really. Statisticians did it, who had zero knowledge about programming and things like that. So it started there and it evolved. And today, any common man with or without knowledge of programming can come up with a BI report or excellent dashboards. All right. So data scientists, on the other hand, not only the programming skill, they should have the intuition to test beyond the outcome. Like, I modeled this and this is my outcome, stop. No, data scientists are people who explore further. I model and this is the outcome. Let me test another model. I'll get another outcome. Let me compare and see which is better. And then apply it on the business and see which model will give me a better benefit rather than giving out a model and saying this is the outcome. So data scientist goes into the work and explores and makes things more critical, more complex matters, better solve matters or more optimal solution. BI, on the other hand, yes, they work on data. They like to work on data crunching, and they come up with excellent visualization, which is attractive. People like it, people understand, things like that. So that's the difference. But if you are a person not technical, I would say BI is the best for you because you love data, right? That's it.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Miss Hema. I believe on Chengma, you can get the answer. Okay, Miss Hema, there's another question from Faha Othman. So the question is, would APU be able to assist in identifying the industry for job placement?
All right, thank you for that question, Farha. Basically, we do have corporate training here, career center that have list of all our employers who are looking for candidates or graduates from APU. And among those lists, we do have companies who are specially seeking for data science graduates. And I would say beyond that, we do have collaboration with industries on projects of related to data science and many other fields. So some instances, graduates get picked up before they actually graduate, working on projects with them. Some instances, yes, when you submit your CV to them, they basically will send you to the right industry. If you are looking on to the scope of data science, definitely there's a lot of opportunity. And yes, IPU does assist you in identifying the industry, definitely.
Okay. Miss Hema, there's one more question from Jen Wei. The question is, I would like to switch my job from engineering to data science related. So can I do so by getting a master degree? Does industry accept?
Yes, definitely. That is something a common question that everyone has today. I'm in a non-related IT job. That is my first degree. And now I'm interested in data analytics. I would like to shift the job. See, there's few types of decision. Either I remain in the field, but I take up an extra role, a position, or I leave the domain and I shift to another industry. So in this case, probably you are an engineer, okay, you're working in a field of electrical or mechanical, and now you would like to take up masters in data science. Yes, after you have graduated, you may go back to the same job you have been doing and also take up a new role by taking up as data analyst in engineering or in your department. That is one, depending on the company also. Okay, whether they want to embark, or you can shift totally out of engineering into the field of IT or consultancy, and you will be one of the seeked after personnel because you have the expertise in the domain, the engineering. So just say a company would like to do a system or a solution, analytical solution for an engineering manufacturer. Okay, you would be the best person to work there as a data analyst or a data scientist. Why? Because you already have the fundamental, all right? Because you work a lot with data and you know the meaning of those data. You have the domain expertise and you have on hand your data science expertise. So it's possible when you take up this postgraduate studies, you can change your field, you can change your role, either way.
Okay, thank you, Miss Hema. Miss Hema, there's another question from Chun Hao Chia. So his question is, BI nowadays is built inside system. So example, modern ERP whereby it has analysis and BI on real time. So does it mean BI analysts are not needed in this situation?
All right. Not really, Chunha. Basically, today, yes, it is embedded. Every platform today, they actually come up with BI or visualization solutions embedded. Why? Because it's like it became a de facto in a lot of reporting today's reporting and all that. Are people going to lose job? Nothing like that. Probably the BI would be part of a data analyst outcome, and the data analyst would be doing something even better. So what is hard today will be something a norm tomorrow. So yes, the nature of the job, okay, of each role, BI analyst might change in future. If today you are doing OLAP reporting, we call it online analytical reporting, okay, where you can drill down and generalize your report, probably perhaps that has been automated. So now your step is to do something further beyond that, right? So it's not to say that the job is dying off. It's just it's getting more and more crucial, more complex, and you might hold up more challenges because some part of it has been automated. Now your turn is to think a little bit higher. The job will not die. You still be there, right?
Yeah, so Chun Hao, I believe you can get the answer. Miss Hema, there's one more question from Rajwan Rati. So, any fintech modules in data science?
All right, that's a very nice question. As of now, what we are offering in our MS PG study, DSP, Data Science Business Analytics, we don't have fintech modules embedded, but APU does have fintech studies here. Okay, mean to say, we have experts in APU in fintech, in the field of fintech, right? So, does that mean we are not offering you any fintech module? Does that mean we are not compatible to create graduates in fintech? No. We do have capstones in your projects, I mean, in your study of postgrad. And I personally have a student who approached me and he would like to do a capstone project in the field of fintech. So the co-supervisor is actually the fintech personnel, the lecturer, okay, and he is his co-supervisor. So for domain, he is supervising him to give the ideas of the research topic. And for the data science part, I come from the computing background. So I'm actually supervising him into that scope, the technical part, the modeling and all that. The business scope is actually assisted by the fintech expertise, right? But level, there's no offering. We don't teach them, but we teach everything else where you can tackle a fintech problem or even medical or healthcare related problem in a data science perspective. Right. Thank you, Rashma.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Hemalata, and thank you everyone for joining us at this live seminar. So we're going to have the next session talking about analytic-driven MBA at 4 p.m. later. So stay tuned and do remember to follow our Facebook page for more updates. APU is having open day today from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please feel free to drop by to meet our academic teams and counselor. So thank you, Miss Hemalata again. And yep, bye everyone and see you.
All right. Thank
Bye
you so much.
bye. Thank you.